interconnected, you know, and whether you do this through psychedelic drugs or meditation or spiritual experiences or prayer or just quieting your mind down, whatever way you do it, you can have those direct experiences of interconnectedness that, you know, it's like the Swami Yak used the example of the movie projector, that, you know, the light behind the projector is the same, but it manifests in all these different names and forms, and you need the villains and all these dramas, you know, because that's part of the drama, but you can really only enjoy it without getting caught in it if you can have that double vision. You can see the unity as well as the diversity. And again, you like to make puns, you know, we're born easeful until we disturb it and get dis-ease. We're fine until we define ourselves and get stuck in all these definitions of how we separate ourselves, you know. And once you see people as the other, not to mention any names, but, you know, those Mexican rapists and those you know, whatever, then you can do bad things to them because they're not you. But to me, the essence of love and compassion is when you say, yes, on one level we're separate, on another level we're not. Like the study showing that, you know, if your friends are obese, you know, because we're already interconnected to them. And I think certain spiritual trends, what Aldous Huxley called the perennial philosophy of altruism and love and compassion and forgiveness, are what enable us to experience that interconnectedness. And I learned that on the very first day of the first study I did 40 years ago. I had 10 men and women, all of whom had heart disease, and I put them in a hotel. This was in Texas, in Houston. And one of the guys was an older guy who was homophobic, and of course one of the other guys was gay, God's little joke. And the older guy said something really bad to the younger guy, and the other guy said something really bad to him. They started yelling at each other. One got chest pain, took a nitro, the other got chest pain, took a Demerol, slammed the door. I thought, wow, these guys are going to die. This is the first day of my first study. My very short research career is over. You know? And I talked to them, I said, look, you're giving the power to give you angina or chest pain, maybe even have a heart attack or die to the guy you hate the most. That's not really smart, even from your own self-interest, especially from your own self-interest. And so, that love, and like Nelson Mandela, when he did his long walk to freedom, people said, do you hate your jailers? He said, well, they took away the best years of my life, but if I hate them, I'm still in prison in my heart. And so these are things that enable us to transform and transcend suffering in ways that really go back to these very basic spiritual traditions. Because if it's pleasurable, it's sustainable. This is my daughter, who's now 8, and I took her to Disneyland, and she broke into this happy dance. And ultimately, this is the feeling that I think if you really practice these techniques that you end up with. Oh, yeah. My lovely wife, Anne. So to help people use the experience of suffering as a doorway for transforming their lives is really what I find the most meaningful. Because ultimately, you know, in Silicon Valley, there are all these people saying, we want to live forever, we want to transfer our consciousness to machines, whatever. It's like, you know, why would you want to do that? You know, to me, it's helping people not just live longer, but live better. And how we can use the experience of suffering as a doorway to transforming our lives, and hopefully knowing how powerful these simple techniques can be, but more than that, the simple approach can be, which to me, all spiritual teachers who really are grounded in what they understand come back to this place, is what brings meaning to my life. So I so appreciate the chance to be here with you today. Thank you.
I call you Dr. Dean. You're okay with that, right?
Of course.
Dr. Dean.
My first name is Dr. You can call me by my first name.
We had cards on the table, and I forgot to let you know that you can write your questions down. We have people to collect the questions.
Well, you know, I didn't write